Hello, everybody, and welcome in to The Better Life with Dr. Pinkston. I'm Dr. Marianne Pinkston. As usual, I'm going to bring you guys some great information about, healthcare and the medical system. Today, I'm going to take a little bit of a detour because I live in San Antonio, Texas, and I like to bring to the forefront some issues that are in San Antonio that also apply nationally. So as people are watching this national podcast or listening in, I want you to know that there are programs like this all over the United States that people should be able to seek out. But this is a particularly special bit of information for San Antonio and the local area. So today I have with me Michelle and Jesus Arredondo. And a very, very interesting story. This touched my heart. I was in the Inspiring Women's magazine and featured there, and she was as well. And it was something that absolutely touched my heart, and I know will touch yours, because I think there's a lot of stigma probably around kind of where you've been in your story and what you guys are doing. I know you have a nonprofit that you are building called Steadfast Sparrows Corporation.
Correct.
So
yes.
I would love for everybody, introduce yourself and what this nonprofit is and tell me your story. It's a great story.
All right. Would you like to take it away?
Sure. Jesus Arredondo, here in San Antonio, born and raised. Met Michelle a few years out, and we've been together for 10 years now?
Yep, 10 years, yes.
10 long years.
Yeah.
Very good.
So I'll go ahead and knock it off with our mission, right?
Yeah, please
So our mission is to create a judgment-free, faith-based, and educational environment to heal and grow. Right. And we're talking about solely ex-convicts of violent offenses, right? Because society today, just wants to throw stones on them and not really give them the opportunity to speak out, and they're made to feel less than, not equal to, not up to par.
Right.
So what we did is we created Steadfast Sparrows Corporation. We give violent ex-convicts a second chance, right? So with that, we've created 2 separate programs, right? And the first program is the GRIT program, right? And we help those ages 17, 18, and up. We help those get a high school diploma. We offer special education, tutoring, resume building opportunities, many internships that are paid, and so much more. We also offer higher education opportunities for them to go to college tuition free.
Wonderful. And
mental health counseling, and it's a 1-year program. So when they leave, they'll have their resume built, they'll have some education under their belt, and they're ready to go out into the community.
And a new path in life. And so, they come from a deep, dark, usually past, usually largely traumatic past.
Right.
And it's great that you're working with these young ones, because this is, the new path in life takes some direction, and they need somebody mentor-wise, somebody who has taken those steps before.
Right.
So I know you have a wonderful story, so tell us a little bit about what happened to you, as much as you'd like to divulge. That's fine.
So when I was 18, I got locked up and I was sent to prison. And, I pulled chain from county and I got sent to prison. And it's a very different atmosphere than just county.
Sure.
There's just a different set of rules. It's a different life than just county. Right. So I completely understand where, prisoners, where they come from, ex-convicts come from, as opposed to just getting sent to county. That's completely different. And you don't know until you've been there, right?
Right.
So I got locked up, and then things were just going south. There were no doors that were open for me. So I decided to go and get my high school diploma. Then I got my associate's degree, my bachelor's degree.
And now, drum roll, getting ready for the big PhD.
Yes, in about 3 weeks, I hope to be graduating from Our Lady of the Lake University with my master's in nonprofit management.
That's amazing, absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And I think what we don't realize is that people are built to be able to succeed and do things if they have a shot at it. And you mentioned it in the very beginning that we tend to lock people up, throw away the key, write them off.
Right.
They have done horrible things in many situations, and we don't really understand the depths of where people come from and what develops those issues, and that people can, it's not about, I don't think it's about, you tell me, I don't think it's about changing so much as opportunity and being able to see what is
just given the chance, I believe, is just like really important, you know, because so many people, when they put on their application, even their school application, that they have a felony or even sometimes a misdemeanor, but overall a felony, you know, their application goes in file 13, they don't even get an opportunity.
So, right. Yeah. So that's wonderful that you have such an open door for folks. And so why do you think that, do you think it's a large amount of mental illness that occurs, or is it something in nature, nurture is, you know, what we talk about sometimes as an environmental effect, sometimes it's more of a you know, genetic effect. So where do you think a lot of that comes from?
So I think it's, you know, maybe their family, how they're brought up, right, as opposed to, you know, their mental health illness, because we can blame mental health every single day.
But we do, don't we? Don't we?
But, you know, it also has to do with how they are brought up, you know, and because nowadays, you know, it's kind of taboo to ask for help. You know, you're kind of just told to kind of sit there and you did this, so now you kind of have to deal with the consequences.
You have to pay your
absolutely.
dues.
You know, and so many people just, you know, want to close the door on them after they, you know, get sent to prison. So, but this opens doors. So.
That is absolutely wonderful. So what, and you made, you know, please speak. I'm speaking directly to Michelle, but please speak about your mind and thoughts about it too.
You hit the nail right on the head earlier. These people, they are not victims. They have done horrible things. What they are, though, is someone that's done their time. They've served their punishment, and they're ready to move forward with their lives. What we're trying to do is provide an opportunity for that, because like Michelle said, many people just see felon marked on that box, and they just throw away that piece, that application. And what happens is that they go back into the same life that they got them in trouble to begin with, because no one's willing to help them, or no one's willing to give an opportunity to these people. So they get desperate. They need food. So what do? They go back right into a life of crime.
Absolutely.
To make ends meet,
Absolutely. And then I think, you know, since this is kind of a medical show, I tend to kind of try to turn and look at some of the medical factors in. And I have been very interested lately in childhood trauma. And there is a thought that whenever trauma occurs in early years, that mental development stops at that age, and they don't we grow up still, we become more mature, but that the mental development and emotional development stops at that age.
Hasn't fully processed.
Exactly. And so is there something that you guys will offer to allow, it's education and opportunity, which is wonderful, but is there something to allow them to work through some of their past, or have they already done that? Have they already been kind of rehabilitated in a way, and now they just need more opportunity? Or do you work on that side, the mental health side now?
We do have someone that works with them to get through their trauma and to kind of work at the root of why they're compelled to do what they did. So yes, there is someone, one of our staff members is there, and she is highly qualified.
That's
licensed.
Yes. Wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely. So we also take care of the kids from the individuals that are in our group program, and we call that the Gritty Kid program.
There you go. What that does next generation.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Because they tend to fall through the cracks, and we don't really want to see that, right?
Right.
So we help them also complete their education, and those are grades 6 all the way through 12, and we are all TEA certified, right? And we're just ready to help wherever we can, right?
Yeah, so that's great. So if you are a nonprofit, then you are looking for assistance. I'm sure that there, somebody out there is listening to, hopefully listening to, an opportunity that they might have to enter in and make a difference. And so are there ways that people can help you and assist you in building this nonprofit and program? Are you looking for help?
Yes, well, we're always looking for help, right?
Sure, of course
Most
you are.
definitely.
Yeah.
And they're more than welcome to go onto our website, and there's a donation station on there for them to be able to. And we we're very grateful for any help that we do receive, right?
Absolutely.
So, but yes, thank you.
Absolutely. And so, website-wise, which we'll talk about in a few minutes, and I will have on my website, I'll make sure and list everything. So,
Right.
we'd love to have all that information to list. So, in the scope of what you are, trying to accomplish with education and the next generation and to assist, where can people look you up? I mean, I know you've got the website or anything, but how does somebody get started in your program? What do they have to qualify, or is there kind of just a general open door?
You want to take this?
Well, okay. We do. It's a year-long program.
Okay.
The CARE program. It's a year-long program. We will take anyone.
Okay.
We try not to turn anyone away.
Right.
And
Right.
If we are filled up, which may happen, the next availability will
Right.
put them in there.
Gotcha.
So we do try not to turn anyone away. You go to our website, just apply, and
Write the applications on our
write the
website.
the
That's it.
applications
Okay.
on our website. Go ahead and explain that part.
You said it's free. It's
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
it's something free that they can just
Yes.
apply, and then it's completely
Yeah.
free. So
we do take only violent offenses, and that's one thing that's different from any other nonprofit here in San Antonio is that we only deal solely with violent offenses, right? We don't handle misdemeanors. I mean, I guess if they would call us, and ask us a question, we wouldn't turn them away, right?
Sure,
We would
sure.
try to help them as best as we could over the phone.
Sure.
But our program only helps those with violent offenses. And when we say violent offenses, we mean robbery, manslaughter, aggravated assault, rape, murder, all of the offenses that nobody wants to help with.
Yeah,
We help them.
No one wants
yeah.
to help those.
Absolutely.
So how are you getting the word out? I know this, doing things like this and media related things.
Right.
But how are you getting the word out?
So I just had an inaugural event at Our Lady of the
Great,
Lake. Thank
great.
y'all for all that who showed up, right? We also have our Facebook, LinkedIn.
Okay.
We have Instagram. So we try to be very versatile.
Right.
And word of mouth, meeting people. So
That's good. Yeah, you'll need to infiltrate well in the community. Lots of so if anybody is listening, also that has some events coming up that they would be able either to either help sponsor for you or you guys could join. I want that word to get out. Again, we'll have all of this information from social
Right.
media, website, and everything on my website too, and which we'll carry. So how did you get this started? When did this come to your mind and your heart to start?
Well, when I was in prison, when I was 18, now I'm 31, when I was in prison, I thought about helping, being a part of a nonprofit that really, really,
At 18 years old.
yes, at 18, I was sitting in jail, in prison, and I was like, let me put a pen to the paper. I knew nothing about this or anything. And of course, I had no high school diploma, nothing. But, it all really stemmed up from being in prison and, like, what am I going to do with my life and not having a place to go after I got out and no food, no nothing.
That's
So,
what's so admirable, though. 18 years old.
Yes.
And with the history of violent, felony violent crime,
Right.
and coming up with a nonprofit, to help others. That's pretty unusual, which is wonderful. So thankful
Thank
that you
you.
did that. But when you got out, how did you get this started? If you have nothing and just have to start from nothing, it's pretty amazing. I'd love to know how you.
It all started on paper,
Right.
and I kept this manila folder. So each day I did something different. I thought about doing something different, all my ideas, and I kept in a manila folder.
Wow.
And Jesus and I got married 10 years. It'll be 10 years in January.
Congratulations.
And thank you. And I just kind of brought out the manila folder, and I started piecing all this together.
Wow, I bet you still have that manila folder too, don't you? That's wonderful. And so really not many people are driven,
Right.
to start something and do something that wonderful. So you really have done something terrific. And with getting started, so describe the program a little bit. I know you just said generalized, education and helping with the children and all. How's the program set up? You said it's a year long, but describe more about it.
Okay, so it's a year-long program. Nobody ever gets turned away. Let's see. So
Do they have any living, something that living
year-long
situation?
yeah, no, those are partnerships. But go
Okay.
ahead.
Yeah, it's a year-long program. No one gets turned away, like she said. What we do is it all depends on, we kind of tailor it a little bit to the person. So if they come out of prison without a high school diploma, that's something we focus on, is trying to get them their high school diploma.
Great.
If they have some form of education, we try to talk to them, seeing if maybe they want to go into higher education, then the next step.
Sure.
We also have our staff member that is there to facilitate the mental aspect of the whole thing, because they are coming out. It is difficult. Even hardened people need someone to talk to. So
Sure.
Right.
so she's there, and they provide that aspect to it. And like she said, we do have the Gritty Kids program also,
Right.
which kind of, if they have any kids, the Gritty Kids program, if the person has children, they're going to go into that. Their children will go into that program, so we can help them, keep them from falling through the same cracks.
Which is wonderful, absolutely. Well, good. So we're going to take a break here for just a second, but if you'll allow, I'm going to tell everybody, first of all, where give us a website, and like I say, I'll have this on my site, but give me a website.
Yeah, so it'll be www.steadfastsparrows.com.
Okay,
Yes.
excellent. And so you can go to my website, which is drpbetterlife.com, and I'll have all the links to their information available there. And also, I have a couple of sponsors, so if you'll give me just a moment, I want to thank Pinnacle Research. Pinnacle Research is a research facility for fatty liver and non-alcoholic fatty liver and other types of fatty liver that are, so rampant here in South Texas. And so Pinnacle Research has been with me for 2 years. They've been very helpful to keep me up and going. So pinnacleresearch.com. You can get a free fibro scan, which is painless, very easy, takes about 7 minutes. You get to talk to a specialist after about what your results are. And so pinnacleresearch.com. Also, Magna Pharmaceuticals, a wonderful little pharmaceutical company that helps me with my patients actually, there is a wonderful pharmaceutical company. And so it helps me with MTHFR, which is something that is on a previous podcast. They've got lots of supplements for methylfolate and omega fatty acids and ALA and other supplements. Go to magnaweb.com. We are going to take just a few minutes and come back on the other side and talk a little bit more about your program.
Wonderful.
Be right back. Very good.
Fatty liver is linked to two different situations, alcohol and diabetes or obesity. In both cases, patients can have no symptoms. In the United States, and in particular, Texas, the most common cause of liver disease in general is non-alcoholic fatty liver. Again, associated with overweight, obesity, and or diabetes. Additional risk factors include high cholesterol, high blood pressure, Hispanic ethnicity, and postmenopausal status. At Pinnacle Clinical Research, we offer a quick, non-invasive ultrasound-based screening assessment called FibroScan. This test is done at no cost to you, and we do not take insurance. The test will measure the fat and stiffness in your liver and stage your risk and development of fatty liver disease. You will meet with a provider immediately following your scan to go over your results. If you're interested in getting more information on your liver health, please call 210-529-7978 and schedule your FibroScan today. We are conveniently located in the Medical Center at 5109 Medical Drive.
Depression, anxiety, low energy, weakness, these are just some symptoms of low B12 levels. And the absorbable B12 folate supplement that's helping people declare victory over depression symptoms is De Novo Plus B12 by Magna Pharmaceuticals. Patients with symptoms of depression often exhibit low levels of folate and vitamin B12. The human body needs sufficient folate intake to produce the essential neurotransmitters serotonin, dopamine, and norepinephrine. These neurotransmitters alleviate feelings of sadness, anxiety, and gloom. What makes De Novo Plus B12 so successful? De Novo Plus B12 contains readily absorbable folate and B12. That means it's more successful at correcting the root cause of your deficiency, not just the symptoms. Whether you are suffering with low energy, depression, fatigue, or anxiety, you owe it to yourself to learn more at magnaweb.com. That's magnaweb.com. Please let us know at checkout that you heard about De Novo Plus B12 on The Better Life with Dr. Pinkston.
Welcome back. I'm Dr. Marianne Pinkston here with Michelle and Jesus Arredondo, who has brought to light a very important topic and issue in San Antonio and South Texas. And again, this will be a national podcast, but I hope that people will seek out. I don't know if there's anything else like you out there. I hope that it will bring to light for somebody to put something like this in motion wherever they are, which is wonderful that you're leading the way on this. And so I know you have some events coming up very soon and want to highlight that and also just highlight where people can contact you to get involved. You need involvement. You need you're going to need sponsors. You need people who maybe want to volunteer. I don't know if you take volunteers or things like that. So tell us what your needs are and what we're looking.
Okay, so yeah, we do have actually volunteer and community service opportunities. As is, they're more than welcome to go on our website and fill out an application. Everything you need is right there. We don't turn anybody away. Doesn't matter if you just want to serve in the community or it's a community service because it was court ordered. We'll help you regardless.
Or kids in high school. I don't know, kids in high school or schools are always looking for, opportunities to start building their resume, right?
Absolutely, So those opportunities are available.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Okay, so they go to your website. Give your website one more time.
www.steadfastsparrows.com.
So Steadfast Sparrows Corporation is the nonprofit. And so tell us about your event coming up soon.
So we partnered up with Care Warriors Incorporated. Mm-hmm. They're another nonprofit here in San Antonio that helps those with disabilities, right? Mm-hmm. And we're doing a Christmas drive-in potluck. If y'all'd like to donate a toy or donate a dish or even just stop by, the address for that will be Baptist Temple Church, and it's the Fritz Building. That's going to be 847 East Drexel, San Antonio, Texas, 78210. And the event will actually be taking place on December 9th from 11 to 3.
Okay.
So more than welcome to come on out, bring your kids. There will be activities for them, and also have an opportunity to meet Santa.
Excellent. And so bring donations.
Yes.
What you said, bring a toy, bring a potluck or a meal or a dish of some sort.
A dish, yeah.
Is there anything else you accept as far as donations? Can they go on your website and what else do you need? Are these people without clothing or without the essentials or?
So they're more than welcome to bring a gift, a toy of some sort, shoes. We're looking at disadvantaged individuals.
Right. So just in general too, not just your event on the 9th, but otherwise you accept.
Yes. We do accept hygiene. We do accept hygiene, and we accept shoes, socks, just those sorts of things.
Yeah, things that people really don't
Absolutely,
think about. Right?
Yes.
So excellent. Okay, well, that is great. And so I know you have something coming up in the spring. Don't have a date quite yet, but what do you have coming up next spring we can watch out for?
So our cohort will actually be starting. So would you like to?
Excellent.
So our cohort will actually be starting in the spring, and that's when we will start accepting new individuals.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. If you're interested, if you know somebody interested, please spread the word. Definitely just get the word out.
Excellent.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, well, that's what this was all about, was to get the word out on something that is very, very new and wonderful, and try to destroy some stigmas that are in the
Right.
There are a lot of great programs out there through the courts and whatnot for more misdemeanor related, and we've had some of those on the show, but this is very, very different and very exciting. I'm so glad
Thank you so much.
you have such a great heart to do this, both of you. But so excellent. And so all of my your information, will be on my website at drpbetterlife.com, as well as some previous shows and whatnot. So please go check it out, and all of my previous guests and sponsor highlights and whatnot. I will have all of their information as well. Give it to us one more time, a website.
www.steadfastsparrows.com.
Beautiful. What is behind that name? I'm kind of interested.
It's kind of between me and God.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go. Okay, well that's fine.
Yeah.
It's just very beautiful and
Thank you so much.
interesting name.
I appreciate that.
And you're a very beautiful and interesting person, and how wonderful what you have done. And it is something that not everybody is called to do after having such difficulties in your past. I think that is amazing. So proud of you for doing that and bringing this to other people who do need a chance and do want a chance. So people are not just not just committing crimes and love that life. It is something that everybody needs a chance to do. So drpbetterlife.com, and I appreciate you guys. I'll get all of the information up about their program December 9th.
Yes.
And so also please feel free to look them up and look for opportunities where you can volunteer or sponsor or help these guys out. And guys, I appreciate you very much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll keep all this in mind. So thanks, guys. Everybody have a great week.